Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to today's reading lesson. Today, we will be talking about retelling a story. But before we begin, let's go ahead and go over those sight words for this week. Now, don't forget, a good way to practice is to say those words with me, and I'm going to show you another little trick today to practice them as well. So another great trick is to actually use your sight words in a sentence. So after you say your sight word, we're going to say it in a sentence as well. All right, so our first word is find. So say it with me, find. So a good sentence you could say is, can you find something green in your house? So see how I use the word find in a sentence? All righty, next word is down. Now say it with me, down. Great job. And a sentence you could say is, I went down the slide. Okay, I went down the slide. Great job. Next word, come on, what's this word? This word is get, right? Good job. Say it with me, get. Now, a sentence you could say is, I need to get a haircut. Okay, great job. This word is made. Say made with me, ready? Made. Great job. A sentence you could say for made is, I made a quilt over the summer. Now, these are sentences I made up, so you can always make up different sentences. And the last word is may. So, may I please use the restroom? Okay, so may. Say it with me, may. Great job. So you can always say your sight words and then also say them in sentences, but make up your own sentences. Alrighty, before we begin, remember we always have to go over our learning statement, so our learning target. I can retell stories, including key details. Now, don't forget, because you've been working on this a little bit last week, as well as this week, you're using that 5-finger retell, that retelling hand. So don't forget, your thumb is where the story takes place, the setting. Their pointer finger, that's the characters. Who is in the story, or who is the story about? Think about the main character. This finger right here, your middle finger, that is the problem in the story. So what goes wrong in the story and what has to be fixed? Your ring finger right here, these are the events in the story. So think of that as the roller coaster, remember? Beginning, middle, and end. And then your pinky finger right here, that's the solution. So how was that problem solved? How was it fixed? Remember, and you can think of problem and solution as the problem is when the lock is locked and you can't open it. And then the solution is when you get the key and you figure it out and you open that lock. All right. So don't forget your retelling hand as we go through our story today. So our story for today is Strictly No Elephants by Lisa Mantichev. Okay. So I absolutely love this story. You're going to like it too. I know it. But this is Strictly No Elephants. The trouble with having a tiny elephant for a pet is that they never quite fit in. No one else has an elephant. Look at those pets that those other people have. I see some. This person has a cat, a bird, a goldfish, some dogs, and he has an elephant, right? Every day I take my elephant for a walk. He is a very thoughtful sort of walk. He doesn't like the cracks in the sidewalk much. I always go back and help him over. That's what friends do, lift each other over the cracks. Now, who is in this story? Right, the little boy and his pet elephant. I would say those are the main characters, right? Good job. Today I'm walking my tiny elephant to number 17. It's Pet Club Day, and everyone will be there. Everyone's going to Pet Club Day. Come along, there's a good boy. I coax him the last few feet. It'll be fine. Then I look up, and there's a sign on the door. What do you think that sign on that door says? Look at that boy and this elephant. How do they look? Right, they kind of look maybe sad or shocked or surprised. Right. Now, if you're thinking about where the story takes place, I would say it takes place in a neighborhood, right? And the sign on the door says, strictly no elephants. My tiny elephant leads me back to the sidewalk, never minding the cracks. That's what friends do. Brave the scary things for you. So what's the problem in the story? That's right. In the pet club, there aren't allowed any elephants, but his pet is an elephant. How do you think the little boy and the elephant are feeling right about now? It's rainy, it's gloomy. I think that kind of mirrors their mood, right? Does anyone notice anything in this picture? Anyone notice anything? Yeah, everyone else is kind of blue and gloomy and dark, but there's another little girl sitting over here. Did you try to go to the pet club meeting too? The girl asks. Yes, I say, but they don't allow elephants. The sign didn't mention skunks, the girl says, but they don't want us to play with them either. They don't know any better, I tell her. So they didn't allow elephants, but they also don't allow skunks as pets in the pet club either. He doesn't stink, the girl adds. No, he doesn't, I agree. What if we start our own club? Now the problem is that he wasn't allowed in the other club. So a solution could be that they might start their own club. Come along, I say, making certain that my tiny elephant follows me, because that's what friends do. Never leave anyone behind. What do you notice about some of the windows? Check out the windows there. What other kind of pets are sticking out those windows? Look at all those different types of pets that people have. I wonder if they weren't allowed in the pet club too. You have a giraffe, a narwhal, an armadillo, a penguin, a bat, a porcupine, and the elephant and the skunk. See that? We can play here, one of our new friends say. All of us. So we paint our own sign. And it first says, strictly no strangers, no soil sports, but then they cross it out and they write, all are welcome. So even though the other pet club decided that they didn't want elephants, they decided that it was okay to have anyone in their club. So that was the solution, right? My tiny elephant will give you directions if you need them. Because that's what friends do. The end. So that is the end of our Strictly No Elephant story for today. Now, don't forget that you are going to be doing something where you're typing in about Who are the characters? What is the setting? And what happened in the beginning, middle, and end of the story? This is a pretty simple story. So if you need to, you can always go back and reread the story to help you with your retell and help you with your story elements piece. So great job today, boys and girls, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye.